So here's some of my thoughts on the Harley Benton TE-20. This is a very, very affordable tele-style guitar available only through Thomann in Germany. It's 89 euros. It's unbelievable. 89 euros, and I actually ordered this on chance because some other YouTubers were kind of fond of the Harley Benton guitars, and I was curious to learn what exactly you're getting, for as little money as that. I actually chose this over the slightly more expensive TE-30 because of its slightly lighter weight, and that is due to the fact that this has a basswood body which is slightly lighter. So it's not string through, okay, but it does have three traditional non-compensated tele saddles. Other than that, it's bog standard. So basswood body. I actually installed a black scratch plate that I had lying around, but I'm going to change it back because the fit is not very nice. So I'll change that back. If you see it with a white pickguard in later videos, you'll know it's the same guitar. It's got a maple neck, nice and smooth, so unlacquered, feels really nice, and it's got a maple cap lying on top of it, so a maple fretboard, and that is how they kind of put the truss rod in, and then added the cap later. So it's got very generic tuning heads, 2 string trees, very generic, standard kind of, I think, Chinese or Chinese tele pickups, but the switch is actually pretty sturdy. I like that they added this output jack with 4 screws instead of the the cup that always comes loose on Fenders, which is not very accurate, but it is very convenient. So in terms of playability, right out of the box, I didn't even have to adjust the truss rod or fasten the tuners, which is the case with a lot of mail order guitars. But I did polish the frets because they were really dirty, and it plays nicer now. The pots in this are like dime-sized pots, so very small, very cheap, but they do their job. If you want to hear what it sounds like, you should check out the sounds video, which is also on this channel. So what will I change about this? Not much for the time being. So since we're in quarantine now, I'm not going to be playing live for a while, but once I start doing that again, I'm definitely going to change out the tuners. And it doesn't have to be very expensive. You can just get some Clousons for like 30 euros, and they're going to be better than this. Also, the string trees they make for, I think they're not unnecessary, but they're a little silly in the way that they're placed, because the string travel is definitely not straight. So it's going to improve tuning stability if you kind of readjust those or kind of leave them out altogether. So I'll be changing out the tuners, and I'll chime in again once I've done that, in a couple of months. But other than that, for simply playing at home, the pickups sound reasonably good, and they have a good dynamic range. They have, just enough output, so they sound nice with some overdriven tones. And even though that it doesn't have string through body, you could, I suppose, drill holes and install a different bridge. And of course it's not really going to sound like a traditional Telecaster, but for 90 euros, 89 euros, it's a really, really good guitar. That is, I've played guitars that are 3, 4, or 5 times the price, and they weren't as good, and they weren't as well set up straight out of the box. So yeah, Harley Benton guitars. I love this one. I'm really curious to try more of their guitars and to see what kind of the budget choices are in those, because they have like Les Pauls for 140 bucks and then a really nice 335, which I would love to try. So yeah, for 90 bucks, not even if you're a beginner, but also a more experienced player or a gigging player, these are fine guitars. And there's something about a guitar that is really affordable, because you kind of you kind of go at it a little bit more because you're not too worried about it getting dinged up or something. So I'm going to play the crap out of this. See you later.